Welcome back, man. Welcome back to the lineup.
Thank you.
How was your stint in COVID?
A lot of Call of Duty. That's about it. Call of Duty and room service.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a kind of like a routine? You know, you probably have a lot of teammates that have been in it. Do you kind of share some ideas about how to get through it?
Call of Duty. Yeah. Honestly, I've gone through it once. It hit me pretty hard the first time. After that, I had some symptoms for a couple months actually, and then I hammered some vitamins and felt much better after that. So I'm back on the vitamins.
So this time was not as bad, you're saying?
Just the first day. It started the same way for me. The first day, like fever, chills, couldn't sleep, freezing all night. So I thought I was in one, and then the next day I was just tired, and after that I felt fine. So it was just the one day.
So, did you have symptoms before you tested, or did you tested and then had symptoms? Or you guys test daily anyway?
Yeah, I test positive. I felt fine that day, and then that night is when I started feeling it.
So you don't think it was anything that affected you in Vegas?
Yeah, for sure it was. Absolutely, it was all the COVID.
Yeah.
It wasn't the emotions, nothing like that.
Yeah.
Maybe a little combo of both.
Yeah.
But you're back now, and I know you skated over the period. I guess Igor said that you were taking shots at him and stuff when you guys were all together.
Yeah.
So everything's fine now?
Everything's good. Yeah, I feel fine. First game back, I actually felt really good. I felt like I had some pretty good jump, and no issues this time.
You guys, with all the lineup changes and guys in and out of COVID, there's been a lot of different combinations and stuff, but for the bottom six in particular, does it feel like now with some of the guys coming back, like you guys can kind of get back to what you had going before all this started?
Yeah, I think so. And you know, I'll be honest. When Kegger's been with us, he's been great. I think he's played really well with me and Runes or whoever's been down there with me. But yeah, it's nice to have a little bit of familiarity with the lineup, and just kind of sticking with lines. We seem to be getting healthy now. Hopefully in the next couple of days we're gonna have our full roster back. So, we got through it. Every team's been through it. We battled through it. We're still in a good position right now. So I like where we're at.
In a way, you guys, the way it happened to you guys, getting guys one at a time when there's a 5-day shutdown, as opposed to getting 8 guys at one time when there was a 10-day shutdown back in October or something. I mean, it's almost worked out for you guys in a better way than it has for some other teams.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to have 8 guys get it at the same time, you're going to hope that, you don't have to play any games. Having 8 regulars out of your lineup is tough for sure. So we've been fortunate where it's, like you said, it's been kind of every other day one guy's gone down and, we get one guy back. So we haven't had too many guys out of the lineup. But yeah, it's, the guys that have been called up have done a great job of stepping in, and, and we haven't missed a beat with them.
When you came to this team, what did you see when you agreed to come here, and what have you seen in the 39 plus games that you guys have played? Like, you guys are obviously in first place and stuff. Is this what you expected?
I think the maturity of the team for how young we are surprised me a little bit. I thought, I think sometimes when you're younger, you haven't been through a lot of playoff stints. I think there's been times where we've lost a couple games, and that can hurt a young team. Sometimes you just kind of go off the rails, and you don't know how to fix it, and you seem to go on a pretty big slide, and nothing really goes right. I feel like we haven't had those stints this year. I think we've lost a few games, and then we started a winning streak right after that, and that's not typical of a young, inexperienced team. So that's I think that's one thing that's surprised me. One thing that's I'm happy that that's how this team reacts to adversity.
Ryan, you guys have had a remarkably good record against some teams that are lower down in the standings, which sometimes is not the case. Maybe you lose focus. You got some good teams coming in these next couple of weeks. Is that disparity something that you guys notice at all in the room?
I mean, we've talked about it. I think coming down this stretch, this is it's time to start preparing for playoffs, and you're going to be playing obviously playoff teams. So when teams like Toronto and Carolina in a couple days, teams that are on top of the league, we got to put our best game out there, and we got to prove to ourselves that not only are we a playoff team, based on the standings, but we're ready to make a run at it. But you can't do that just beating the teams that are out of the playoffs. You got to play playoff teams hard. You got to play them physical. You got to sometimes you got to push them out of the building, a couple of days or a couple of games just to prove that you got that little bit of a swagger in you. So this last stretch here, I guess it's not the last stretch, but this little stretch before our All-Star break and then coming out of All-Star break is really important for us for sure.
I also wanted to ask you, Willie O'Ree's number being retired. Do you have any thoughts about that being something that the league is doing?
I think it's great. I think he's a guy that paved the way for players like me. Things that he went through. Obviously, it wasn't easy for him to step in an all-white league, and I'm sure it was tough every day for him to step on the ice, and I'm sure he went through heard some racist comments and a lot of hate coming towards his way. But for him to fight through that and pave the way for players like me and Key, I think it's necessary that the NHL and sports in general just kind of honors a guy like that.